Hey guys, it's Panda and I'm back with a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you my collective year-end book haul. Now I know I've been absent from my channel in terms of uploading videos for the past 4 months, and I really don't have any valid reason as to why I didn't do it other than the fact that I just didn't upload any videos, and I apologize and I'm so sorry. But my resolution for 2015 is to be a bit more consistent with my videos. I'm not going to have a schedule as to when I'm going to be uploading them, but I'll do it when I feel like it. But try and be more consistent on it, and I have new ideas that I really want to bring over to my channel. Also, to those of you guys that have tagged me to do videos, I'm so sorry that I haven't done them, but by the beginning of the year I'm definitely going to be getting to the tags that I've been tagged to do. And yeah, so that's basically it. So I got a total of 16 books over the course of the past few months. So the first batch of books I'm going to be showing you, I think, are about 4 books, are the ones I got over the course of October to November. And then the second batch of books I'm going to be showing you guys are the books I got from the Big Bad Wolf book sale. And then the last book I'm going to be showing you guys is the book I received from Penguin. So thank you so much to Penguin for sending this book my way. But let's just get started in this book haul. So the first book I got is a graphic novel, and it is The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, illustrated by Fabio Solini and America Adolfo. I'm so sorry, I'm pretty sure I didn't even say that correctly, but I don't know how to pronounce their names. But I've already read The Kite Runner. I read that earlier this year. I had the actual novel, but I gave that away to a friend of mine, and I'm hoping to replace that in a hardcover edition. But then I saw this graphic novel for a really cheap price, and I just had to get it. Just look at these beautiful drawings. This book, it is beautiful and has like an open flap over here. So I'm so excited to get to this and just reread the story again. So after I got The Kite Runner, the next day I decided to go and treat myself to more books, and the first book I got is Divici Diro by Michael Ondaatje. And Michael Ondaatje is a really well-known author. I'm pretty sure you might have known or heard about him. And I really wanted to pick up a novel of his. I initially wanted to read his novel The English Patient, but obviously that wasn't there, and I saw Divici Diro over there for like a very, very cheap price. It's a hardcover, and I decided to jump at the chance to just own a book of his. But a lot of people did say that this isn't the best place to start with Michael Ondaatje because of how complex the story is, and to a new reader it would be kind of confusing. But I ignored all the reviews and I decided to just go for it, and I did start reading it. I was about 45 pages in, and it is just way too complex, and I really don't know what's going on, and I'm kind of confused is all. It basically follows the story of a family and a boy that they have adopted into their family, and the guy has a thing, I think, with one of the sisters, and it's really weird. But reading it and the writing itself though is beautiful, and I was really enjoying it. But then I'm just kind of getting confused. So perhaps when I'm more of in my neutral mood where I can read anything, I'll pick this book up again. And then after picking up Divici Diro, I wanted to get another book, and I picked up Another Bloody Love Letter by Anthony Lloyd. And I thought this was a fictional book, and I also thought that it was a YA book. I didn't really read it. I just took it and I was like, cool, it sounds really great, and it was really cheap, so I just decided to take it. And I came home and I read the back, and it's actually a memoir, and Anthony Lloyd is a journalist. And I just thought, you know what, hey, I might as well just give it a go. I don't have a lot of memoirs with me. I just have like, I think about 3 or 4, and I don't read that many memoirs. And reading one about the war, just to get more insight into it, I just thought, why not? But it's just way too confusing. He uses all these slangs and words, USSR, TPEC 40, and I'm like, what does that even mean? And with the beginning of the book, there's already so many names, and I can't remember everything, so I don't think I'm ever going to read this book, and I sort of regret buying it, but what can you do? So then later on in November, my sister surprised me with a book, and it is Under the Dome by Stephen King, and this is a mammoth of a book. It is humongous. It is like 1,070 something pages long, and I've really been wanting to read a Stephen King book. This is not where I would have started, to be honest, but I'm so happy to own a book by him. And Under the Dome is basically about, it's an apocalyptic story where a town wakes up to find this huge dome, as you can see, covering a certain part of the town. So anyone who has gone out to the grocery store or something is separated from their family, and people get cut in half and things like that. And I know Stephen King is very horrific in books, as I have heard, and I've never read anything by him, like I've said before, so I'm really excited to get into this. But this will probably take me like 3 months to read. Alright guys, I just want to apologize if the camera looks a little bit shifted, but my camera just stopped recording for no reason. I really don't know why. But yeah, let's just get back to where we ended. So around November, a friend of mine got me a book that I've really been wanting, and I'm so thankful that he got this for me, and it is A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki. And I'm already about 300 pages into this book, nearly done. I just have like 100 or so pages left. This book is basically about this woman who finds this trunk that gets washed ashore on the beach where she stays around, and she opens it up and finds a diary inside it and reads it, and it's by a 16-year-old girl called Nao, and she believes that this book may have come from the 2011 tsunami, I believe, in Japan. And this book is kind of like dual perspective. Some parts of it is the diary entries, and then some part of it is from our main character Ruth's, just like the author's name, Ruth's point of view. So that's pretty interesting. And basically what the diary is about is Nao writing about her great-grandmother. Is it her great-grandmother or her grandmother? Her grandmother, who is a Buddhist nun. So that's basically what it's about. Now on to the books that I got at the Big Bad Wolf book sale. Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess, which is the second and final book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. And I already read Clockwork Angel. I hauled that in the beginning of the year, and I read it and I actually really liked it. And I'm currently reading Clockwork Prince. I don't know how many pages I'm in. I'm probably like 40 pages in. And I actually am enjoying it. I really like the series, and I like it so much more better than the Mortal Instruments series, like so many other people. I don't really like the Mortal Instruments series. I think that Cassandra Clare just really didn't do a good job with that. The characters are annoying, and I can kind of see that coming into play in these books, but not so. And I think the other reason why I really like these ones so much more is because it's historical fiction. If you don't know, I really like historical fiction, or just anything that has a historical aspect to it. I really like it. And these two are collectors. This one's a collector's edition, and this one is a collector's first edition. This one's hardcover, this is paperback, and I believe this contains like the letters that Will writes in the first book, and that's in here. And I don't really know what this one contains, but it's a collector's first edition. Whatever that means, it must be really cool. And then the next book I got is a middle grade book, and it is My Sister Lives on the Mantelpiece by Annabelle Pitcher. I've already read this book, and I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, or 3.5. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know, it didn't affect me as much as I thought it would. This is basically about a 10-year-old boy and how he deals with the loss of his sister. His sister that died years ago, when I believe he was 5 years old when his sister died. His 10-year-old sister, who has a twin, and now his family is just very depressed and they're broken apart, and that's basically all that he can remember. And he just feels no remorse for his sister because he doesn't really remember her, and he gets told off for that because people ask him, why don't you feel anything? Your sister is dead. She got blown up in a terrorist attack. And he befriends a Muslim girl in his school, and his father doesn't really approve of him being friends with a Muslim because Muslims are what killed his sister. So that's basically what the book is about. And let me just read to you guys the first few lines in this book. It will get you hooked, okay? My sister Rose lives on the mantelpiece. Well, some of her does. 3 of her fingers, her right elbow, and her kneecap are buried in a graveyard in London. Mom and Dad had a big argument when the police found 10 bits of her body. Mom wanted a grave that she could visit. Dad wanted a cremation and to sprinkle the ashes in the sea. That's what Jasmine told me anyway. She remembers more than I do. I was only 5 when it happened. Jasmine was 10. She was Rose's twin. Still is, according to Mom and Dad. So that's basically how the book starts, and you will be hooked. And then the next book I got is All the Lights We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and this is a historical fiction, and I believe this one won, well, it did read the Goodreads Choice Awards for Best Historical Fiction, and it has crazy amount of good reviews. Everyone gives this either 4 to 5 stars, and I'm just so excited to start it. It's basically about this young blind girl and boy who's a soldier whose stories kind of intertwined, and I believe it takes place in France or Germany, so it's kind of like a war book, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. I got so excited and started the book already. I was about like 20 or 30 pages in, but it's just way too confusing, and I want to start it only when I'm in the mood for the book. So yeah, All the Light We Cannot See. I'm so excited for this one. The next book I got is Age of Miracles by Karen Thompson Walker, and this is a sort of dystopian apocalyptic type of book. And this has pretty bad reviews, not bad reviews, but just not very genuinely good reviews. But I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I absolutely loved it. There's only like a very few handful of people that actually like this book, and I'm so thankful that I'm one of the people that actually really liked this book. But I'm thinking of reviewing this book for you guys because I really enjoyed this book. So yeah, The Age of Miracles. I loved this book. I loved how it ended. I loved the whole story. It was so easy to read. I think I took like 2 to 3 days to read this book, and it's a 5 out of 5 stars for me, and it's easily become my favorite. And then next I got The Constellation of Vital Phenomena by Anthony Marra. And this is another historical fiction. A lot of these books I'm going to be hauling are historical fiction because I love historical fiction. And I've been wanting this book for so long. It's been on my wish list for forever. And I don't really like this cover, to be honest. I'm not very fond of it. There's another cover that everybody has that I really like. But I wasn't going to pass up on having seen this great book for such a cheap price. And it's not in the best conditions. As you can see, it's type of wavy, but it was the last one there, and I was like, I gotta have it. And this is basically about this little girl whose father gets taken away by the Russians. I believe this is set in Russia during the war times, and she runs away into the woods, and she meets one of her neighbor over there, a man who takes care of her, and they go over to this hospital to seek help from a woman. And that's as far as I know. I also started reading this book. I'm not sure. I think I'm about 50 pages in, and it's really nice. But just like how I said with All the Light We Cannot See, I want to get into it when I feel like it and not just get into it when I'm just so excited and expecting so much. You know what I'm trying to say? But this has so many great reviews. People say it's heart-wrenching and you would cry and things like that, so I am looking forward to it. And then next I got Z, a novel of Zelda Fitzgerald by Therese Anne Fowler, and this is another historical fiction, and it's also centered around the life of Zelda Fitzgerald. And if you don't know who that is the late wife of F. Scott Fitzgerald, who is known for his famous book The Great Gatsby. I'm sure you've heard of that, and I love The Great Gatsby. And after reading it, I just got so obsessed with Fitzgerald himself that I started reading about him, and I started reading about his wife and just her tragic life. And it's amazing how Therese Anne Fowler has decided to write a book centered on Zelda, because she's made out to be this crazy lady that was pulling back on her husband and pulling him down, and it's not true at all. I mean, I can't say for a fact that it isn't true, but Therese had said in her review on Goodreads, what she had said in her review on Goodreads about her own book was amazing. She said, just like how we can't be described so simply, why should Zelda be described that way? I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly what she said, but I'm going to insert it somewhere here for you guys to read it, so you can pause the video and read it for yourself. I love what Therese said. Now, obviously, not everything in this book is not factual, is fictional, but Therese did do a lot of intensive research and has stuck as closely as she can to Zelda's life story, and is trying to bring light to the type of person that Zelda is, and I think that's amazing. I've started reading this also. I'm also currently reading this. I'm 129 pages in and I really like this. And then the next book I got is The Sound of Things Falling by Juan Gabriel Vasquez, and this is another book that has been on my wish list for a long time. Well, a lot of these books I got are ones that have been on my wish list, and I can't exactly explain what this is about because I can't really remember. I just know that it has something to do with hippopotamus, I know, and a murder that happened, and this man, oh okay, I remember, it's this man who gets dragged back into his past of some sort because of a recent death, a murder of his friend basically, and yeah, the story's about him, and I don't know, but it has something to do with hippos. A zoo, I really don't know, but it has something to do with hippos, that's all I know. And I know that sounds ridiculous and that will turn you away from this book, but it's actually really good. It's supposed to be really good and it has great reviews, and it's really sad and just very philosophical is what I would say. Yeah, that's what people say it is. It's very philosophical, and yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to reading this. This book is basically takes place in Paris, July 1942 in France, and it's about the Vel d'Hiv roundup, which is true, but this story itself is fictional. And it follows a 10-year-old girl called Sarah, and she is taken with her parents by the French police because they're going door to door arresting Jewish families, and she decides that she will lock her younger brother, her 4-year-old brother, inside a secret cupboard because she believes that she will come back to save him. And 60 years later, Sarah's story intertwines with that of Julia Jarmond, a journalist investigating the roundup. So yeah, and it's described as an emotionally gripping story of two families forever linked to and haunted by one of the darkest days in France's past. Now I really want to review this book for you guys because I have so much that I have to say, so I'm not going to talk about this right now, but just look forward to my review of this book that will be coming in about January. 2 more books left, and the last book that I got at the Big Bad Wolf book sale is The Sense of an Ending by Julian Barnes, and if you can tell, I accidentally tore it because I was trying to take off the tag. Oh life. And this is the winner of the Man Booker Prize 2011, and this is basically about this man and his friends and sadness. I don't know, I don't really remember what this is about. I'm so sorry. I just know that I've been wanting this book, and as soon as I saw it, I just picked it up and I put it in my bag, and I was like, I'm buying you. So yeah, but it's supposed to be a sad book. Not exactly sad, but I don't want to say philosophical, but it makes me feel something. I've been saying feels and feelings a bit too much in this video. Like, how many times have I said it? Probably 150 times. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this book, and it's really small. It's so cute. Like, it's kind of like the thing that you can just slip into your bag and just, you know, so I really like it. So those are all the books that I got at the Big Bad Wolf book sale. Now on to the book that I received from Penguin. And well, basically I entered this giveaway on Penguin and I ended up winning, and I can't believe I won, and it was to win Lullabies by Lang Liav. If you don't know what this book is, it's basically the second book to Love and Misadventure, and it's a poetry book. They don't actually go together, but they go together. What am I saying? But this book is filled with poetry, and it came with the cute little postcard that Penguin added in for me, so thank you so much. Unfortunately, I couldn't go for Lang Liav's signing. She was here in Malaysia recently, and I couldn't go because I didn't receive my book on time. I received it a week late. So yeah, but oh my god, because they knew they wouldn't be sending me the book on time, this is what Penguin did. They sent me an already signed copy, and I can't even with life. When I saw it, I was screaming and I was so happy. And yeah, I can't wait to start this one. So those are all the books that I got. So I don't think I'll be buying any more new books anytime soon. You know what, scratch that. I might buy some new books soon. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Oh wait, don't go yet. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Woo! Bye.